Hello my friends, thanks for stopping by. I hope you're all having a great day. Today is another VIB video and this one is on makeup. I thought I would show you a couple of makeup items that I feel are worthy of getting at 20% off. So we'll get started right away so that I don't go on for an hour. I'm going to start some eye palettes. And the first one is the Modern Renaissance. Now this one is out of stock as of today. But I'm hoping that by the time VIB happens, which will be the first weekend in November, I believe, don't write that in stone, don't carve it in stone because I'm not really sure, but they keep saying that they'll email when it comes back in stock. So I did get put on the email list so that I know, so I can let you all know. But the Modern Renaissance palette is just beautiful. It is such, you would think that, oh my goodness, those colors, but I'm glad. I actually had purchased this, returned it because I can't use Love Letter. I have learned that. Love Letter, there's something about Love Letter that irritates my eyes, but all of the rest, including the Venetian Red, I can use. So I just stay away from the one shadow here. I don't use this one here. But this palette is so beautiful, so versatile, and I love the Anastasia eyeshadows. They are just perfection. While we're talking about Anastasia, we will go ahead and mention the Master Palette by Mario. I've done a tutorial with it. I will continue to do some tutorials. Now this one does have metallic, which come off as satin. I have a little bit of it on my eyelids today. I have the Kim on my eyelid, but I don't find these shadows, as long as you work with some mattes with them, I think that an aging eye can wear them as well. You just have to learn. That's why I do my long, lengthy tutorials, how to work with them. And then the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. This one here, I actually have this on my eye today. This is what I have on for most of the shadows, and just on the center I have the satin finish of Kim from the Mario palette on my eyes. This palette is so fabulous. Now I use this right here is definitely me, and I pull some of this in, but I have to mix it in with others. These are just too cool for me, and this one here I've never used. It's a little too cool. But you can blend shades to make them a little more neutral for yourself if you're somebody who needs warmer shades like me. This palette is beautiful. I love the eyeshadows. You know, this one here would even be a beautiful contour for a very fair skin. It's just the perfect tone. But anyway, I highly recommend that shadow also, that palette also. As for a bronzer, and I have this on today, and it is, I've talked about it before, it is by NARS, and it is the Tahitian Bronzer Laguna. Now mine is in a limited edition pack, but you can buy just the bronzer in a very small container, the size of just what the bronzer is here. You don't need to buy this big package. It came with a special brush, which I never use. But this bronzer I love. I do have a brand new one of this also. Powders. Now two powders that I feel are affordable and work very well for an aging skin. One I have baked my under eyes with today. It's still my favorite, although there is one that I kind of like, but the only thing that keeps me from loving it is it has just a little bit of satin finish to it, and that's not good underneath a puffy eye. Anyway, it would be the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. This is what I use for baking underneath my eyes. For me, it is fabulous. Now, I have said this before. If you're an aging woman and you want to bake underneath your eyes, it is very important to find the combination of concealer and powder that works for you. Stay away from satin finish powders. Actually, I think that the next powder I mentioned is, when I put it underneath my eyes, it makes me look tired. So this one here has worked out the best for me. Again, if you're a darker skinned person, of course you're going to have to adjust the colors you use, but find a flat powder that is not chalky. And that's what's really nice about this. This translucent powder is really beautiful by Laura Mercier. So that one I highly recommend. And the next one that I have all over my face today, I have avoided my eye area because, like I said, this one makes me look tired if I bake with it. I'm baking with a ton of different powders so that I can share this with you. But anyway, it's the Kat Von D Lock-It Translucent Powder. It really does play well all day on my skin. Now, I have dry skin, and I don't think this powder makes me look dry or cakey. And today I purposely did not spray a setting powder on so that you could see the finish of the product itself. This is a very nice powder. I think it is back in stock because it was out of stock. All right, another palette that I want to mention that is an all-time favorite of mine, and every single color except for 2 in the palette are beautiful if you like warm shades. And that is the BISOUS eyeshadows. These shadows, they blend so beautiful. They are exquisite in my opinion. They're my most favorite shadows, the ones that I reach for more than anything I have. You can mix and blend these shadows. The only 2 that I do not like is this one and this one. I don't wear black. It's just too harsh a color on me. And I don't like anything that has a gray coolness to it for me. It just goes against everything my skin is. All right, so let's talk about some makeup primers that I like. I have 2 of them here to talk about. Of course, I have several, but I have 3. One is an under eye. As an aging woman, I am finding that using an under eye primer, you can use the one you use for your face, but there's something very special about this particular one. It gives a very it's almost got a gloss to it without any shine, but it is the Smashbox Photo Finish Hydrating Under Eye Primer, and that's what I think is really special about it. It is that it is hydrating, so it's just that extra boost of moisture, and I think that's why baking works so well for me. I'm not saying that this is going to be the answer to your prayers for baking, but you might want to ask for a sample of this, or go ahead and buy a tube of it, because I feel that my under eye, everything I do to it now stays better. This product here, Joelle actually sent me in a box. I'm almost done with it. It is the Lancome La Base Pro Pore Eraser. That's what it does. Now, my pores aren't ridiculous, but I have them. And with age, you know, they seem to sag a little bit, and you know, they just seem to rear their ugly head a little bit more. But anyway, I am finding that I really like this now. My most favorite of all time was the Rachel K CC cream for my pore area. That's where I would use it. This here, it's almost as good. I really, really love this. I really do. I will always have that. Another one that I really like, and I do have this, remember everything that I'm talking about, with the exception of the eyeshadow palettes, I have on my face. So this right here is the Becca Backlight Priming, let me get the right name, Backlight Priming Filter. I love this. I have this on underneath. It just gives a really subtle glow, and I really do think that it helps my makeup stay a little bit longer. So I'm loving this. Now the foundation, I brought 3 foundations that I realize I reach for a lot. And one I have on today, and I've talked about before, and it is the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. Aging skin, aging dry skin will love this foundation. It has such a beautiful glow. Even with my powder on, it still has a beautiful glow. So I really, really, really love this. And in this color, if you're the same as me, I wear a 6. It's good to get it at 20% off. I think it's $62 a thing. So 20% off, you're getting a little over 12 bucks off a bottle. So I think that's really good. Another one that I find that I really like and I'm reaching for a lot, and I will say that I find that I'm using less foundation when I apply than I used to, and I think that's another important thing for mature women, okay? And that is, this foundation is the YSL Yves Saint Laurent, and it's the Touche Éclat Le Tint, and it's their Radiance Awakening Foundation. I use the Becca under all of these, and it works beautiful with all 3 of these foundations. And I have 2 of these, 2 colors of this. This is the B40 Sand, and I think the other one I have is honey, warm honey or something like that, and I mix a little bit of them together. Now for the winter, the one may work, but for the summer, it was a little too light. Another foundation that I find I reach for, and this I reach for mostly in the evenings. I just think it has a really beautiful touch to it. And it is the Laura Mercier Candle Glow Soft Luminous Foundation. I should probably correct myself there. If we have a function or a fair that we have to go to and I want to really look my best, I always reach for my Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, always. But for this, you know, date night, I do wear it during the day also, but it's the Laura Mercier Candle Glow Soft Luminous Foundation, and in this one, I wear dusk. Like it. It's my third favorite of the three that I showed you. The first is Armani, the second is Yves Saint Laurent, and then Laura Mercier. All right, I thought I would talk about a couple of brushes that I really like, and they are the Sephora brand brushes. This one here is the Pro Featherweight Crease Brush. It is a really nice brush. It gets right into that crease area. It's got a little density to it, so you're getting that color exactly where you want it, unless of course you're smashing down and then you're going to spread the bristles. But it's got a nice firmness to it, but yet it's soft, to be able to just really get that good placement that you like. Even if you're working in the smaller part of the corner, it doesn't spread out like a blending brush that would spread out, and you know, that's what you do your blending with, which I call a fluffy brush. But this is a really nice brush, and the number is 38, and this is their Pro Series. Another one that I use all the time with all of my powders is the Sephora Pro Featherweight Powder Brush. Just love this brush. It's big. It's not too flimsy, but it's not too dense. What I do is I pack my powder into it. I turn the bristles a little bit. I tap off, and then I pounce on my face, and my powder just goes on. And then I do a nice sweep after I don't necessarily bake my face, but I pounce the powder all over, and then I will just do my blending down. All right, and that brush, the number on that one is 91. And then the next one that I have is more for foundation. I don't use this with all of my foundations, but I know a lot of people like brushes for foundations. And when I am using a foundation brush, I like the Marc Jacobs 2. That is a fabulous makeup brush. I probably will link that below because that's a really nice foundation brush. And then this one here is more for stippling. And again, I'm a pouncer. I like to pounce. So I will pounce my foundation on with this brush, and it's very nice. It's dense. It's soft, but it's not, you know, as soft as you would like your brush to be, but it's a nice, affordable way to buy a nice stippling brush, and then I just pat with my hands, okay? So I'm really enjoying those. A blush that now I don't have this one on today because my look was more terracotta today, but I will say that I used this the other day and I thought, why don't I bring that out? And why doesn't anybody talk about it anymore? And it is by Benefit, and it is the Rockateur. I love this brush. It is blush. It is a perfect mauve-y tone. It has a nice satin finish, so no need to apply a highlighter with it because it has its own subtle glow. And for an aging skin, I feel a satin blush without any glitter in it is perfection for us over just a flat blush. I think these just do justice to our cheek area, and I think it's really beautiful. And I think it would even work if you have some fine lines because there's no glitter in it. It's not high shine. So that is really a nice, no longer talked about blush, and that's by Benefit. All right, so lip pencils. Well, let me just pull all these out of here so I can see what I have going on here. Let's talk about the mascara first. This is by far my most favorite mascara. It is the Bobbi Brown Smoky Eye Mascara. I love this. It will only last you 3 months at the most. Once it starts to give out or empty out, it can get clumpy. This mascara does not flake on me. I have no primer on with this mascara. It just gives great definition. Again, I'm the type of person, I don't like loose spidery lashes. I like a thick, almost clumpier type mascara towards the base, and then one that, but one that doesn't look clumpy. But I like a thicker mascara. I don't like a watery mascara. I don't like a mascara that I put it on, it's dotting all over the place because it's so wet. This mascara is perfection. I've probably gone through 10 tubes of it, and I will always have tubes of it. It only comes in one color, black, okay? So now eyebrow pencils. I do have 4 eyebrow pencils that I like to work with. 3 are by Anastasia, and 1 is her Brow Wiz. And I am, because I have, my eyebrows are horrible. It's a genetic thing. Our eyebrows, they want to grow down, and then I have bald spots all over the place. So I am working with a very fine Brow Wiz, and I do my filling in like light hairs, and I will also draw like a light line and fill in. My eyebrows are not as thick as they appear on camera. They are very thin, and I try to, and this takes some getting used to, but I'm starting to draw them in. And if you're going to do that, color is the most important factor, because if you draw them in and it's too dark, you're going to look like Cruella de Vil, or whatever her name is, Cruella. You're going to look like a witch, or you're going to look angry, or you're going to look old. It's like when you see women, and God bless them, you want to tell them, oh honey, no, 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 that take black eyebrow pencil, and usually it's older Italian women that I see do this, and I think it's because they always have such dark hair. So to find the right color is going to be what's most important. And I usually go a shade lighter. Now this one in the Brow Wiz, I use soft brown. I also have blonde, which it can pull a little too ashy green on me, but for most people, soft blonde would be good. And the other ones that I like, and this is the one I have it in blonde and soft brown, is the Anastasia Definer, and that's the one with the angled tip on it. This one here is just really great for filling in. So for direction and creating, the Brow Wiz is probably better for you because it's a very thin pencil. And then to fill in, this one here would work nicely because you can just do a couple of strokes and you're done. So you're not overdoing. And what I like about the Anastasia pencil, and you may differ from me in this area, I don't like waxy eyebrow pencils. I like them to be dry. The other one that I like is the Smashbox, and it's a matte pencil. And again, very, very, very thin tipped, gives you the ability to really draw a sharp line and then just to, you know, pencil in hair-like strokes if you like. So that's the pencil I like. Now for eye pencils in Sephora, you've heard me mention it a million times. The NARS larger, they're called larger than life long wear eyeliner. It's wearing off, that's how much I use it. I like the color Via Pia. I have Via de Martelli. There are several colors in this, but I love it for tight lining because it does not transfer to the waterline, and sometimes I don't like to have my waterline done. This is a fabulous, long-lasting, non-transfer pencil. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And for lip liners, my most favorite lip liners are Laura Mercier, and I have them on today. And for the Laura Mercier, I think that a beautiful peachy nude is Hazelnut Tea. That's a beautiful color. And Chestnut is more of a neutral red-orange color. Love that. And the Redwood pencil that I've been talking about. If I had Redwood on with this lipstick, which I did not bring in here, and this lipstick is another one that I love. It's by Givenchy. I will link this lipstick below and tell you the color of it. And I have the Anastasia gloss over it, just in the center. I don't like it too much. But anyway, if I put this lipstick on with this Redwood pencil, it would bring it into a more warm fall tone, and it would just be incredible. So, like those. Now for fragrances, I've talked about these fragrances before, but I'm going to quickly mention them. The Tom Ford Black Orchid, very sultry, smoky, sensual, sexy scent. Very, very beautiful. A little goes a long way. No need to overspray yourself, women. Women should not taste other women's fragrances. We should be able to say, oh my God, you smell beautiful, and sit next to you. But if we're like ready to barf, you're wearing too much fragrance, okay? Another one that I love, again, very smoky, sensual, is the Black Opium by Yves Saint Laurent. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Just love it. And then the Elizabeth James Nirvana Black. I absolutely love it. Again, vanilla, patchouli, those are scents, and I don't even like vanilla, but this one has a little bit in it. But you know, I like anything that has that patchouli or woodsy, but not spicy. I like very sensual fragrances, and this one is a beauty. And then my newest one into the collection is the Nirvana Bourbon Vanilla. And this one here is gorgeous. Neither one of these are overpowering. The first two that I mentioned, again, just a little bit goes a long way. These you can be a little more liberal if you're a woman that really likes to load up, and you're not going to drive anybody crazy. But the first two, definitely you have to, lay back a little bit on spraying, okay? Because like I said, a woman should not taste, no one should taste a woman's fragrance. And I know some of you know what I mean. All right, so there are my makeup suggestions for you for the Sephora VIB. I have one more video coming for you, and I hope you enjoyed these. And let me know in the comments what you will be adding to your cart, if any of these have been an aha moment for you and you need to put them in your cart. Again, I will list and link everything below for you. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget, subscribe. We're anti-aging here. Be happy, healthy, beautiful, and most of all, my friends, lovable, because I love you all. I do. Bisous.